Good morning folks, and welcome to a surprisingly windy day on the plot today. It's absolutely gorgeous, but look, we've got the the fur ball out, because otherwise all you'd be able to hear is it's a surprise day for me, a surprise video. I had no idea today was a Monday bank holiday, or a bank holiday Monday, that's what they're normally called. And I've just got to show you all the stuff that my parents have been doing on the end of the new plot. Hopefully I've got some before footage. I used to be a lot more organised, but now it's footage all over the place. But I'm sure I'll be able to find something about what these plum trees look like. And just a week ago, it was absolutely wild. The grass was just so high. And my parents have really been putting some shifts in, clearing it. There is, for some reason, a paddling pool. And do you remember at the back there was a big bathtub full of stagnant water? They tipped all that out yesterday. Fair play to them, you know, they've really been getting stuck in. Hopefully they're coming down again today. We've got all of this kind of brash and stuff. That would be quite nice for a hugelkultur bed or something like that, but I don't really have any plans to use that, so that'll either get, I might do something with it, or it might get dumped. We'll see, but yeah, that wheelie bin is just full of weeds. Or it was, anyway. Yesterday it's just full of bindweed. I think they've taken a load to the tip already, which is just fantastic. I'm so grateful. And it's really unusual, to be honest, because normally the allotment is a bit of a one-man show. I'm not used to having help, so it's just absolutely brilliant. And these plum trees are looking quite laden, actually, maybe too laden. I've never done anything with a plum tree. So any tips? I know that there's summer pruning. I think I might have actually missed the window for pruning these. And I think what I will probably do is go through and take off a few of the plums, you know, a third or something like that, so that the harvest is actually quite good. I assume you do that. That's what you do with most fruit trees, isn't it? And the bathtub is here now. Now, just in a couple of videos ago, I was saying that a bathtub is a great thing to mix up potting mix in. So that's the plan. That is what this is destined for. It is pretty beat up. There's some really jagged edges, so I'm gonna have to be a bit careful, but I think mixing up potting mix in here is just gonna make things so much easier for all of my chili peppers. I was very eager to see how the tomatoes were doing this morning. They look okay from here outside. Let's go in and have another quick look. Just down here. So I'm absolutely losing it, right? So the plan was to take one of my Quadgrows home. If you're not familiar with Quadgrows, they're kind of like a self-watering system. They are as well back on sale. I'll put a link in the description to Grown Local. It is now selling them. And there's two big units down there. And for ages, I couldn't find the fourth pot. I've been looking around like all the time. Every time I'm up here, I'm checking the shed, I'm checking the greenhouse. Where is that fourth pot? You know, you really need the specific pot for the Quadgrow. I realised yesterday, I was chatting to my parents and it was by my feet. Look, I just used it to bung all these spare raspberry canes that I dug out. I thought, oh, I'll just stick them in there for now. And I've just seen these three. Where's the fourth one? Every single day I'm here, and it was there right in front of me this entire time. So stupid. I think we all do things like that, don't we? But let's check on these tomatoes. Actually, really happy with these. They've perked up since yesterday. They actually look better than they did in their pots. I was expecting them to be a bit kind of in transplant shock or something like that. But no, they look really healthy. Yes, they are planted a little closer than I had intended. But thankfully, everyone was quite kind in the comments generally about the spacing. One person did say they had an 8-foot greenhouse, which is 2 foot longer, and they only had 4 tomatoes in here, in the space where I've ground 6. So, you know, that's fun. But what I might do, if I get time, it might be a kind of slightly lower priority one, but I do still have a few spare tomatoes, and I might uncover this bed and stick a few in the little raised bed there. That might be a nice idea. I could do some cucumbers as well in there. Got plenty of those. Down here, this is quite a cool little thing. So this is a baby Honey Plus cucumber that I've just planted in this raised bed in the greenhouse, and behind it is a slightly aged Honey Plus cucumber. That one I think was sown in February, and it's not done great, you know, it's not done great. So I'm going to do a little kind of comparison here with the much younger Honey Plus, and my theory is that the young one will absolutely romp away and overtake this old one, which has given me like 1 or 2 fruit. I've got a good kind of 4 hours up here today, so what I'm going to do, get cracking with the chili pepper potting, because I really think that's probably the most important job at the moment. And then, well, hopefully my parents are going to arrive and I can get them doing all sorts of little bits. My dad's got this little electric trimmer, which I'm quite jealous about actually. I've got the big petrol mower and I've got a massive petrol trimmer that is just a mission to kind of bring up. I did use it the other day on the third plot. I might show you that at some point, but yeah, it's really handy for doing all the little tidy bits and really lightweight and portable. So I'll probably have him on that. He likes doing that as well, you know, like boys and their toys sort of thing. So yes, peppers. There's so many to do in here. And so I'm gonna just get cracking with that. But oh my God, look at these. Look at these lettuce plants. They have, over the past few days, just absolutely romped away. Some of the marigolds too, just massive. These are just in those kind of 9cm pots. But I tell you what, I think there's something to be said for silver grow. I don't think if I put most plants, these lettuce are the same. I don't think if I put most of those in 9cm pots with the compost I used to use, I don't think they would be looking half as healthy. So, I mean, they're nearly ready to harvest, for goodness sake. Seems a bit silly putting them out, but we'll put them out and then hopefully there'll be some harvest in a few weeks and the marigolds can go out and about as well. Oh, it's all just looking amazing. It's like I was saying yesterday, there's an awful lot to do, a lot of planting out and potting on, but the allotment just feels like a pleasure at the moment. When you kind of hit this late May, June, you've got things in the ground that are green and growing and they're looking lush. Not many harvests yet, you know, yeah, I could focus on that. I could focus on being a bit down about, you know, not getting the start of the season perfect and having loads of stuff in the kitchen, but it's just a little bit of fun, isn't it, allotmenting? For me, anyway. I'm not a serious harvester, so I am super happy with just, it's just a nice place to be at the moment. I was trying to make that look easy, but I realised that one bag, nowhere near enough really, so I've just put another one in, and then I realised I've run out of all my additives. So just earlier I was saying that normally it's a bit of a one-man show. I've got Jess driving down to deliver me a load of stuff, and my parents have just arrived. So while I'm doing this, while I'm just playing with my my pet project, my peppers, they're actually doing the hard work on the allotment at the moment. Let me show you what I've got them doing. My over 6 foot dad decided to try and get in the brassica cage, and I had to say no, you gotta take the netting off. And this is well overdue a weed, and he's getting rid of all the old kind of overstood broccoli that has gone to flower, while my mum is very kindly planting out all of the greens and the lettuces that I was showing you earlier, which are just absolutely screaming to go out. So I've told her basically just find any little corner in the beds, any bit of space you can, and it's going to look so much better. It's so nice having help. It's so unusual. Here we have it. Feast your eyes upon this. Every pepper potted up, and it has never been easier. Having that bathtub was a real game changer. I just did one kind of big load, 3 bags of compost, little bit of horse manure, all the other ingredients I've showed you before. Link in the description to the potting mix if you're interested. But seeing this take shape, nothing brings me more pleasure. And yes, it is an obscene number of plants. They will just about be okay in here, and I've ordered loads of saucers, so hopefully that will help a little bit with watering each of these. And because each of these plants is quite different, they're going to have different amounts of water that they're drinking and getting through, so these saucers should help. On the potting bench here, we've got this little section of rejects. These are just in 2.5 litre pots. I'll still get some plants and some crops from them, and they're the ones I'm either kind of like less kind of worried about, but a lot of those will have a counterpart in a full size. So these are the 5 litres up here. Some of the more slower growing ones, the Chinense varieties especially. And then we've got the big boys, the big Berthas down here. These are the 10s and the 7.5 litre pots. And these are the ones I really want a good crop of. Things like Buena Malata. I've got some Archi Mango, Trinity peppers. There's a really nice Butcher Lokia at the back there. I'm hoping for good things. Another Butcher Lokia next to it, not so big. The Champion, that's looking a bit sad. I think probably my best pepper, this one, the Kashmiri. Oh, that's really hard to show you because of the shade. That's a shame. And actually, my next best pepper is this one, the Trinidad 7-pot Brain Strain. And that's a bit of a different label, isn't it? And that's because I didn't grow that one. That was kindly donated to me by Louise, one of my patrons. But oh, just seeing this take shape, what a transformation. And I can't believe how quick and easy it was. It really was very unusual. This is normally like a big kind of grueling affair. It takes me ages and you've got to keep stopping to mix up the potting mix in the wheelbarrow. And it's a right old pain. But just, oh, I love. It's like my favorite moment in the growing season is when that suddenly starts to fill up with chili peppers. And what I am going to do, because it is a ridiculous number, I'm going to try and clear a bit of a walkway down the middle. When I take those kind of silver shelves out, that'll make a little bit more space and I can hopefully have a bit of a walkway, because now they're in those final pots. Ooh, those plants are going to really start to get away. Their roots will go first and then they'll just start to explode on top. But let me show you what my parents are doing at the moment. It's just ridiculous. My dad is literally on, well, not even his knees anymore. He's just like, he's on his side. That's how tired he is. They've been going through this bed of just grass. There are strawberries kind of hidden underneath. Mum's been diligently watering everything. I'm not much of a waterer. Mum is on it. So yeah, slow progress. How long have you been doing this, Dad?
Too long.
Too long?
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hour and a half. And yeah, it's a big job, which is one of the reasons I've not been doing it, to be honest. But yeah, I can't thank them enough. They're going home with lots of produce today, at least. Not many crops yet, but the French sorrel that I grew from that 9p seed selection is amazing, absolutely brilliant. My mum was just trying some of that, like, oh, this is gorgeous. So that's quite nice, sending them home with some of that. Lots of rhubarb and some of the first lettuces as well, hopefully. Things are moving so quick at the moment. I cannot believe how much my parents have done today. When you have help on the plot, it's just wild how quickly things can change and quickly things can get done. So much has been planted out. So I think tomorrow really there is a full plot tour on the cards. Thank you ever so much to all my chili pepper tier Thank you ever so much to all my chili pepper tier patrons: Tony, Bill, Pam, Louise, Michael. Ah, no, I've lost it. Try again. Tony, Bill, Pam, Louise, Michael, Mel, Denise. Is that all of you? I really hope that's all of you. Oh, it's getting challenging. It's getting challenging. I had so many patrons sign up yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yes, best day ever. So thank you ever so much for all of your support. And hopefully I'll see you again next time.